Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy. And today I'm going to share with you a journal I've been working on for a month and a half at least. I'm so excited to get to share it with you. It's a big, chunky one with 4 signatures. And I'm calling it the Petals, Pages, and Promises. And what that is, the petals represent the beauty and the flowers and growth and nature that's the images showing here. The pages are for journaling memories and reflection. And the promises are faith, scripture, God's promises, and hope. So I hope you'll enjoy going through this. You know, there's some people that aren't interested in the religious context, but the journal itself can be used any way you want to. I'm showing you my idea for the way that I want to use it. I have used the Petals and Parchment junk journal, ephemera, fussy cuts, pages and papers, hidden paper clips, and add-on pages and papers from My Porch Prints. And also they did a whole list of freebies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have included those in my introductory video. I showed you all of those and I'll mention them as I go through here. The thing that was neat about this was doing all those freebies first. And then when I created the journal, I had things to put in it in addition to the pockets and things that I wanted to add. I'll put a link to their playlist, which shows you how they put together the journal, how they created the freebies and the extra things that go inside the journal. This is my interpretation of what they have provided for us. So I'm just going to do a flip through of this journal and then show you how I plan to use it. It's a large journal, larger than any one I've made before. This one measures a little over 6 inches by 9, and the spine is 3 inches. It contains 4 signatures because I wanted to use all the papers provided. And I have added a couple of rice paper and a couple of little things in there that I'll show you. I've done a video on the putting together the journal covers, and all I did was take their journal topper and created it on the top of my journal, where I had added some music papers, and then I ended up adding lace on the edge that comes onto the front. And I had to be careful when I did that because this opens up. So let me show you. One of the freebies was this cover, and it flips open. I'll show you. Another freebie was their little books. And I created 4 of the 4 little books, and I put a hole in the edge of it so that I could attach on a pear clip with some charms. So that's what this is. This little book is glued on here. And if you want to see the inside, you can just untie that and look at all the pretty little pages inside. That was a last minute thing to decide to put it on the cover, and it just fit on there so cute. And so now this I've added, this was a pen, and it's kind of a resin dogwood bloom. And I pulled the pen back off of it and added it right here for something a little different. This cover has lace in behind the frame, and you can pull out the journal card from the inside. There's decorative paper behind, and the journal card can be used to write on. Use a little cheesecloth throughout. This lace here, I've used it so much, it came in a roll like this. And I just cut off what I need, and you can see through it, which is really nice. So this has got Velcro dot here to make it so it can open. And of course my book makes it so it doesn't flip all the way open, but that's okay. There's a pocket inside and 2 tags. These all came with the freebie for the cover. You'll see the attachments. You're going to want to do this, I'm sure. I've added some lace, and I did add words. I love words, and so where they didn't supply words that I wanted to use, I added some words, so you'll see those throughout. This is another pocket here, and I've trimmed it in lace, and it has, of course, the music behind it, and then a nice journal card. And on the tab for the journal card, I just punched out 2 1-inch circles and glued them back to back. This is a little rose I glued on the front, and some charms, and it's just hanging on there so that it hangs over the edge of the cover. Okay, so let's open it up and look inside. Let's see if I'll stand up and make sure I've got this in frame now. I need to move something out of the way here, because I want you to see this. It's gorgeous. Okay, the inside front cover has a nice pocket that I have decorated with some, this is a green kind of, what's it called? Whatever. Anyway, there's a green behind there, and then some cheesecloth, and then some things from the kit. And inside here is like an envelope, and I've just made it so you can open it up and journal inside. This is the cover of the first signature. These are the little paper clips that we made to go, they can be clipped on a pocket inside or clipped on the top. Most of them I've put on the top. I like them sticking out the top. It was a great idea. I glued the flowers down a little bit too far. I could have used a little more paper clip to hang on there, but these can be used for tuck spots or moved around, used any way you want to. They were a freebie. So I've alternated my lace that I used. I've got this lace. I get this from Amazon. It's cotton lace, ecru color, and some pearls. Caught that page in the, okay. Now, the next thing we have is just a beautiful page, and I've taken a stamp that I had that kind of looks like handwriting and stamped it on there just to add some interest. Same thing over here. This is rice paper, and I think if you wanted to write on it, you would have to be careful that whatever you use didn't bleed through. I would suggest, if you have a problem with that, that you cut out write something and then tear it out and glue it onto the page. So you'll see on the rice paper that I put in here that I've added decorations to kind of give it some more stability. So on this, I just added some lace at the bottom and the birds that come in the kit, and then these pretty leaves. I have a whole roll of these leaves in the green and gold. On the other side, I just decorated with the little stamps, thinking that this would be a good writing spot. This page, I left it as is. There are extra pieces of fussy cuts in one of the envelopes in here. If someone wanted to decorate more, they could. This is my journal though, so we'll see how that goes. This is some beautiful lace I ordered from Amazon. It's gold. And I've used it on the edge here, alternating with other laces. It's just gorgeous. This is some nice writing space right here. This is one of the journal cards that that were freebies that I decorated with my frames and lace and all. I've used this one as a tuck spot on this page for those 2 journal cards. Up here is one of the little stamps and the word prayer. These words, I'm not sure where I got them from, but I just, whenever I have words from kits or I buy kits of words, I just print them out, cut them out, and put them in a box, and that way they're there for me to use. I just put one of the fussy cuts in the center of this page, thinking it would be pretty to write around the edge. This is some Amazon packaging, and it's wrinkled, and I liked it because it was wrinkled, because, well, this is kind of a nature type journal too, with the pretty flowers and images like that. So I like the kind of rustic look of this paper. Again, I stamped top and bottom. On the other side here, I have this raffia-like trim that I thought looked pretty on this brown. This page was beautiful. It has the ripped page. It's just a beautiful image. And I used one of the journal cards to make a pocket and inserted these 3 journal cards inside. See how pretty that is. Trimmed with a little lace and some flowers. I think I might need more light. Just a minute. I'll try it with more light. This is a good writing page. This is a beautiful image here. I just put the lace on the edge. I decided to put this pocket up higher on the page to leave for writing space, and it has 2 pockets that are filled with ephemera and fussy cuts. Amen added on, and the flower. This page I made a little tab out of the little postage stamps, and I dangled one of my books on the edge. This book has a butterfly on the cover. These are really detailed inside. They don't have pockets added, but they have images that are really sweet. Oh, I stamped down here, it says, "Don't even think about throwing this away." I know people get these journals and they think, what am I supposed to do with this? But I just think they're beautiful to sit out by a bedside or on a coffee table or somewhere that adds interest to your home and gives you some place that you can journal in, or just have your company just flip through them and enjoy. If you have a lot of company, it'd be nice to have it next to the bed where they write a little something in it of their own. This is just a music sheet decoration here with the bunnies and some lace, the word blessed. This is the center of the first signature. I left some pages just for writing. This is one of the journal cards. I made it into a pocket. I just think that's beautiful. Had a little piece of rickrack. And I added in the couple of the journal cards. Beautiful roses. This is another trim that I believe I got this from Amazon too, either that or Hobby Lobby. And it looks like tatting. It's not, it's manufactured lace, but it looks like tatting. It has the little lumps out there that look like tatting. So see, I tried to alternate my laces so it would look different all the way through. And then the other side of my Amazon packaging. This one I used one of the circles for a pocket. This is a piece of washi tape that I liked just to decorate this page. Here's another one of our little rose paper clips. This is one of the journal cards that I use the frames on in lace, and I've used it as a tuck spot. I put these 2 items in there. Beautiful page. This is the other side of that rice paper. Child of God. This is some hand-dyed lace that a friend made for me. She makes me pink and green and blue dyed lace, vintage lace. This is just one of the pages that I had extra printed out, and I ripped it and made a pocket. And inside, this is one of the freebies, I believe. Or it may be part of the kit, I'm not sure. I think it's part of the kit. This is an envelope that I have just decorated on this side and glued the flap to the other side. It opens up and has some journal cards inside. Decorated the front here. Over here, when I glued it on, I made it into a side pocket. That's the end of our first signature. The bunny is the cover of the second signature, and I've used that gold lace again. This is a journal card I've made into a pocket, and it's on the rice paper, and it's stuck. I may have glued that in. Anyway, these are 2 journal cards, or tags, to write on. I put a belly band on this side with 2 pretty little tags inside. On this one, I used one of the circles to make the tab. It's another one of our little books with the bunny on the front this time. And some butterfly charm. I thought those might be too cumbersome hanging on the outside, but they're pretty neat. We have a pocket on this side with some journal cards, decorated with cheesecloth. I left this alone. I love the way that looks with that ripped page. This is some of the cotton lace. This is some more of the Amazon packaging. I made a card, a side pocket out of one of the journal cards and added some journal cards. I left this blank. This is some of my words. This was a frame on the page, and I just added the words and the fussy cut with the bee and the flower on it. This little envelope opens up and has some little fussy cut things inside. This page has 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets that are the file folder pockets. I just decorated with some lace and some a journal card and some flowers, and inside each pocket are journal cards. We could put words on these. I didn't do that yet. I can only imagine, that's words I added. This is the center of the second signature. I had some of that lace and I just bunched it up. Oh no, this was one of the journal cards decorated with the frames and the lace, and when I put it down on the page here, I let the buttons and the lace hang out the side. Nice writing space around it. I've used some music a few places through here. I'm a musician, so I love to use some music. The word thankful and a whole bunch of journal cards here. That pretty tatted lace again. Plenty of room for writing here. This is one of those cool pieces that opens up this way, and I put one of the circle journal cards inside, and it can be written on inside too. I fix it so when it goes back together, this is on the top. Pocket made out of a circle with some tags. Writing space. How sweet the sound is one of my words. I just decorated this page with some lace and fussy cut and a flower. These flowers are white, and I just rubbed some of my ink on there. I have a pocket over here, and I just took this fabric that I had used on the cover and ripped it up in a strip and glued it down as a ruffle on the bottom underneath that pocket. The pocket is filled with journal cards, and that's on the rice paper. Again, I wasn't so sure about writing on the rice paper, so I kind of decorated those pages. This is another one of the journal cards. That was the freebie that I decorated, and I put it on as a side tuck. This is a couple pieces of washi tape down here, and I used the circle for a pocket, and I have included two tags and a little envelope that has some little pages in there. Beautiful tulips. This page, I just decorated it with music and words and birds and a nest and a bow. I put the bow on there. It looked like it was tying up a bouquet of roses. Eiffel Tower with the beautiful gold lace, some writing space. Here's another one of our roses. Paper clips that could be put however you want to use it in here. They suggested putting them sticking out the top, and I like that. Here's some writing space with a bunny fussy cut. This is on the rice paper again. I put the pocket on there with some large journal cards inside that I keep gluing in. There we go. I'm impatient about putting them in there. The glue hasn't dried yet. This was one of their, I think it's one of the papers or maybe a journal card, and I just ripped it and made kind of a pocket out of it. Again, there we go. And, oh, there's one printed page that has like a masterboard, and I started to run out of tags, so I started cutting it up, ripping it up, and making tags. So these can be written on, and I put some flowers at the top of that one. And the word blessed. Writing space. This is another ruffle that my friend hand dyed for me. I just pinned on some charms of enamel flower and a butterfly. Writing space. The word Amazing Grace. I did a little stencil here on this Amazon packaging. Oh, this is cool. This is one of their freebies, and it's flowers that all fit together, and they're glued back to back, and they flip open like this. And in each flower, these two petals here have a little hidden pocket that has a heart in it. And so I'll be using that to write some of God's promises on. Some more of my cotton lace. This page I put a belly band with some pretty journal cards inside. This is the center of the third signature. We're almost done. I use this circle as a pocket, and I included a tag, and then this is one of our paper clips, rose paper clips. This is another one of the journal cards that were freebies that I decorated, and I put it here as a tuck spot. I don't know. I guess I've glued everything in there again. I'll have to work on that. Getting that out. 2 tags. Two beautiful pages with a little bit of writing space on there. This, I ripped a page, that page that I'd made a pocket out before. I made it into kind of a fat belly band, and it has a card in it. This is some the lace that I had, I just, it was just a cutout piece that I glued on the edge and trimmed it with some pearls. The closer we get to the back, the less decorating, because I run out of ideas and I run out of things to decorate with. These are beautiful pages, aren't they? Gosh. This is some of my words. This is the day that the Lord has made. Okay, this is the last signature, and this is just some corners I cut off of something, and I used it as a tuck spot. Inside is a little envelope with some journal cards in it, decorated with a little flower. Some more of the tatted lace, writing space. I just ripped this up and made a pocket out of this paper I had. Just did a collage here with the word hallelujah. This is some more of that paper that I tore up to make tags. The collage paper. This, I had this piece of lace that was hand dyed, but it wasn't ruffled, so I used glue to ruffle it. Trimmed it with some cotton lace and the flower. Again, these are just beautiful pages. I didn't put anything on them. Another little tab with made out of the postage stamps with the butterfly and an enamel flower. This is another one of those journal cards that I decorated with the frame, and it's on the rice paper. Again, you have to be careful writing on the rice paper. I think I would, if I'll write something and then glue it on there. There's another one of our pretty rose clips. I just kind of arranged them at the top so they stick out the top and look pretty. This is the center of our last signature. This is some of that trim that I used before, the rustic trim. And here's a little book with the Eiffel Tower on it. I have a whole little bookcase of these books. They have so many different patterns of My Porch Prints kits for the mini books. I let this bunny be holding this envelope, and it's got some fussy cuts inside. This, I just did a collage down the side of this rice paper. There's a pocket on the back here, and this has in it, oh, this is the envelope I made to put some of the extra fussy cuts in that could be used to decorate this journal or papers, writing papers, envelopes, whatever you want to use it for. And I just tied it with a ribbon and stuck it in that pocket. I have lots of kits that I've used and lots of fussy cuts and papers that I have kept, that I printed out and didn't use, and I have decided to have a get-together with my ladies at church, and we're going to use some card blanks and make some pretty greeting cards out of those papers and ephemera. Send them to our shut-ins. I love this one with the birdhouse. It's another one of the journal cards with the frame. It's just stuck on there. There's our bunny again. Here's this beautiful gold lace. And in the back, this is one of the freebies, and it's several cascading pockets. There's 4 pockets that cascade down. I'll go through them with you. This one has a little clip on here that's holding something closed on the back. On the front here, we have a side pocket, and then the clip was holding this closed where you can write. These are cute little tiny clips. Okay, this flips up, and then this one has a pocket on the side and a little tuck spot on the front with little things in it, decorated on the back. This one has a side pocket, the word imagine. This one has a pocket on it. This one on the bottom, there's a pocket in the front, a pocket on the back, and some writing space. So that's my journal. Look at that. Isn't that something? Okay, this is what I plan to do with it. I'll show you what I printed out. I wanted to make it be full of God's promises, something that I could have out in my home, add to, reflect on, a purpose, a real purpose for this journal. So what I did was I went on Google and searched for God's promises, and I came up with this page that had 40 promises of God in Scripture to cling to every day. So what I'm going to do is go through here and write in the journal, however I want to do it, the promises. God promises us that nothing can separate us from His love. So let's say I wanted to put that in here. I can start the book by writing here, God's promise right here, or right here, and then do the other writing that reads the scriptures and the description of what God's promises are, that nothing can separate us from His love. And then that will be the inside front cover. And the next one, I won't go through them all, but the next one is God promises to work everything together for good. So I might come over here and write that over here, and then write over here the scriptures and the description. So that as I go through here, I'll have room to do all 40 of God's promises and other things that I might want to include. If you know me, you know that I like to focus on gratitude and the joy in each day, and the fact that every day is a gift from God. And you know, I don't see how you can look around and not believe that every day is a gift from God. I know people are suffering. There's people who are sick and dying, and that's always not a good thing. But as we live each day, it is a gift, and we can make the best of any situation and look for the love and the joy that's shared in any situation. I was sitting with my husband in hospice, and I saw so much love and joy and caring and empathy and compassion. It was unbelievable. Those are all gifts from God. We are to love one another, and in any situation, bad or good, we can always be grateful and have the knowledge that God is with us. So that's my message for today. But this journal, these papers, can be used for any kind of message that you want to put together. This is a gift to myself, and I hope to be passed down to my family, because it will have a lot of my feelings inside it. I thank you for watching today. Again, I will put the link to My Porch Prints playlist so you can look at what they did with the kit and access all the freebies if you want to make this, and a link over to their kits and purchase them. It's outstanding, and there's so much to work with. It was literally hard to use it all. Very generous and wonderful images and ideas on how to put it together. You know, I found in the journals it's good to make multiples of things ahead of time, and then it makes it easier as you go through to decorate. I think I said that already, but in the meantime, think happy thoughts, be happy, look for the joy in each day. And I don't know what I'm doing next, but I'll show you an introduction or a project very soon. So have a good day, and I'll see you soon.